Up, it's Aaron Moses. This video is about hip hop and rap. What is the difference? Now, while there is a fine line between hip hop and rap, I want to explain to you the actual difference. Why am I doing this? Because I've been watching some Lord Jamar interviews where he was talking about Lil Yachty, and I'm going to make a video about what Pastor Troy said about Lil Nas X. Firstly, you do not have to be an artist to be a rapper. You do not have to know how to rap. You don't have to have any kind of vocabulary skills. You don't have to have any of that to be a rapper. Okay? Rap is exactly what the word means. The word rap comes from some 60s, 70s slang that literally means talk. Hey man, let me rap with you, young blood. Rap just means to talk. Hip hop is not only a music, it is a dress, graffiti, dance, a walk, a substance. Hip hop is about speaking the truth, painting pictures, stories, artistry, vocabulary, multi-syllable rhymes, and it doesn't always have to be multi-syllable. It just has to make you feel something. And usually, why it's gotten such a bad rap? Usually, it makes you feel good through you being able to relate with someone's story, which is rooted in negativity. Stories of growing up in the hood, stories of people cheating on you, or your friends doing this, or this happened and the lights got turned off. The struggle, the police, history, and they might use fantasy to exaggerate or to deliver a plot or a specific energy, but it's not so simple to be a hip hop artist. Now, to be a rapper, a respected rapper these days by someone who considers themselves a purist, as I do. I listen to Gunna. I listen to Thug. Gucci's one of my favorite rappers. Offset. I would consider Offset a hip hopper. I listen to X. I listen to a lot of mainstream Uzi. To make that kind of music, you have to have talent to be able to appeal to someone like me who likes not only rock. I don't really. To be honest, reggae is not my favorite. Rock, ballet funk. I can tolerate reggae. It's not like I'm just like, no, I'll turn that off. Country, to be able to appeal to someone's ear who likes all genres and it be similar to my favorite all-time favorite genre, which is hip hop, you have to have talent to be melodic, to be able to say something that catches my attention, keep my attention for those 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You have to be talented. I don't just listen to anybody. Like, okay, Lil Pump, I'm not a huge fan of. I have about four Lil Pump songs, but he's not saying anything. There's no substance. It doesn't make me feel anything. Yes, you could make me dance all you want. I literally have videos of my son when he was one and a half making beats on my computer, and then I cut him up and I looped the beat and I made it a beat. My son can do that. And he'll get on my mic. I have videos of him getting on my mic doing what he saw me do. And I was like, he's actually freestyling. Okay. It doesn't take much, bro. Okay, the difference between hip hop and rap. Number one, there's substance. See, from what I understand back in the day, we'll say the late 80s, they didn't have the same catalog of music to dance to. I was talking to my mom. I went back to the 80s. I was talking to my mom. Maybe this was about 6 months ago. And I asked her, about if she ever heard this song by KRS-One called "Love's Gonna Get You." No, no. I asked my dad, right? He said he wasn't familiar with the song. Then I asked my mom because I assumed if he never heard it, she never heard it. But I forgot that I low key grew up off KRS-One. So I asked her if she heard the song. Legendary song, definitely recommended. And she said, "Yeah, your dad has definitely heard that song. They used to play that song at every party in the late 80s." And I was like, "They used to play this at parties?" And she was like, "Yeah, bro, but if you listen to it, it is a hip hop song. Is it's not something that you could. I mean, I could see people dancing to it because the bass, and if you don't listen to the words very closely, I could see people dancing to it, especially with that how they used to dance back then, especially if it was like a kickback or something like that. But substance, bro. I'll give you an example. Uh, okay, this is hip hop. I live on a planet that's foreign to me. It's 40 degrees on its best days. People enjoy wars as peace. Gore and disease reek from its dominant species. The sky bleeds of white heat, black hues, and fast food. That's me. That's called the letter Z. And then rap would be, let me think. Oh, how does it go? Freaking, we went out of space, then I got her in a crater. I'm on her birthday, but I would never date her. Little baby wanna cuddle, so she switching up, getting you. She keep calling me daddy, cause little mama got some issues. Although that, I mean, that was very hip hoppy because I like to have bars in my stuff, but that was still rap. That none of that happened, and it was talking about something. I mean, it was. See, there's that fine line. It could be melodic and it could be something to dance to, but as long as you're saying something, something that is relatable to a specific audience, bro. Because the thing about hip hop was not born from people having all this money and flossing and flexing and doing all that. Of course, Migos talking about all these chains and rings and all these things they have. Of course, that is hip hop in its own right. But if it doesn't have that touch to it, it doesn't have to have a specific beat. If you listen to Offset's Father of Four album, that's more hip hop than not. Quavo called it trap funk. That's more hip hop than trap funk. Okay, as long as there's actual substance, something that you can think about, something that makes you meditate in that moment, not something that makes you like, okay, Boosie is hip hop. Boosie is very simple. He doesn't have a lot of multi-syllable rhymes. Just like mm, YG, YG, My Crazy Life, and then this latest one. What was the? Not the one. Not that one. My Crazy Life, and then Stay Dangerous. That was hip hop. That was hip hop. I would consider YG more of a hip hopper than a rapper. So we have to understand in hip hop there are certain boundaries. In rap, there's no boundaries. That sky's the limit. In hip hop, everything, specific things are allowed. In rap, a lot of things are not. In hip hop, people usually don't glorify being a drug addict. People a lot of the times body shame. A lot of the times they make fun of your sexual preferences if it's not heterosexual and you're a male. That's just how it is. In hip hop, um, there are things that are not allowed, and there are things that are required of you, such as substance, multi-syllable. Not again, not always multi-syllable rhymes because MJG, I mean, 8 Ball. He has a song called "The Artist Pays the Price," one of my favorite songs of all time. The artist pays the price. It's hard out here for a pimp by 3 6 Mafia. That is hip hop. Most of 3 6 Mafia is not hip hop. Most of their songs are rap. Most of their songs are fantasy, just for fun, dancing, but they made a lot of hip hop. They have produced a lot of artists that have made a lot of hip hop. Nappy Hair and Gold Teeth by Playa Fly. A lot of King's Pen Skinny Pimp was hip hop. Who Got Them Nines by Project Pat and Juicy J. Uh, a lot of the Chronicles of the Juice Man by Juicy J. That whole album, most of it was hip hop. Okay, so it's about the truth, and for people to crucify or try to crucify someone like Pastor Troy for being a hip hop artist. He's a hip hop artist. He's not a swag rapper. He's not a trap funker. He's a hip hop artist, bro. Pastor Troy, number one, is a legend. Number one. Number two, he's not a teenager. I'm sure he doesn't walk around his home using words like body shaming and hate speech and toxic masculinity. He doesn't speak like that, bro. He's not a rapper and he's not a teenager and he wasn't born in the 90s or was he born in the 80s? He might have been. He was born in the 80s. He wasn't born in the 90s and he wasn't born in the 2000s. So you can't expect him to have the same perspective because he wasn't growing up playing with his music like everybody else. Yes, he did make hardcore music. Yes, he made crunk music, but he still had the ability to make music that was filled with substance. Have you listened to Vice Versa? Have you listened to Oh Father? You should understand that this man is not somebody who's gonna play. I don't even play like that, bro. And I was only born in 91. I think he's like 10 years. I think he was born in like 81. I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not gonna glorify body positivity because you're unhealthy and you don't feel like working out. I'm not gonna tell you that's okay. I'm not gonna let you play all kind of stuff for my son that I think is gonna seduce him into your form of sexuality. I'm not gonna do that either with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat my message unless it's for YouTube and I'm trying to get paid and say, you know what, I'm not gonna say that. That would be hate speech, and I would be acting on toxic masculinity. We don't play those games over here, bro. That's I live in the realm of hip hop. I don't live in the rapper realm. That's a whole different universe. I live in universe 6. Save that for universe 3, bro. I'm not on that. So that's what it's about. If you could speak your truth and you could play all these commercials and let people do what they want to do and seduce my child to do something that I didn't bring him and support him in this world to do, which is reproduce, then I should be able to say something about it. And that's what hip hop's about. It's not a song and then okay, well, that song's what you're that song's not cool anymore. Why are you listening to that song? No, we're gonna rock with this artist. We're gonna rock with Ti. We're gonna rock with Gucci because Gucci does make hip hop. We're gonna rock with our artist Jeezy. We're gonna rock with them. And we're gonna grow with them. We're gonna evolve with them. They're not one hit wonders. They might be Uzi. They might have all these chains on, but I can't afford chains, my guy. So it makes me feel good for the moment, but I'm not gonna remember all these. So what I am gonna remember is the first time I ever heard Illmatic, when I was like 12 years old. That's what I'm gonna remember. The first time I ever heard Lupe Fiasco. That's what I'm gonna remember. The first times I've ever heard Twister. The first times I've ever heard Bone. That's what I'm gonna remember. The first times I've ever heard Comet, KRS-One, DMX. That's what I'm gonna remember. Do you think I remember the first time I heard Migos? You think I remember? And no shade on Migos. You think I remember the first time I ever heard these people? Do you think I have real memories attached to my soul and my life that changed me when I listened to some of these songs? Some of them I have, but I was such a purist until, to be honest, the when I came when I moved from Chicago to Atlanta when I was 10, I didn't even have all. I was a purist, bro. I was a purist. All I listened to was hip hop. I when I the first, you know what? The first rap song I ever heard was "Bling Bling" by Cash Money. "Bling Bling." When did that come out? I think I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I hated it. And I was like, these dudes are talking about money. This hook is repetitive, and I don't like this. This song is stupid. It's trash. When I listen to Bling Bling now, it's fine. But back then, when my heart was just beating hip hop, bro, it was I couldn't stand. It made my skin crawl, bro. It made my jaws tighten. And then I heard it. I heard somebody playing it loud in the car when I was on my bike, and I cringed, bro. That was the first rap song I ever heard. It hurt me. It hurt my soul, my guy. So when I moved to Atlanta and all people were playing was Crunk, uh, Pastor Troy, and 3 6 Mafia, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, and DJ Unk or whoever was out at the time, and I couldn't stand it, bro. That's what made me hate Atlanta even more. That's what made me stay in my own to myself even more. And then I met the homie. I met a couple homies. One was from New York. One was from Cleveland. Two were from New York. One was from Cleveland. And I met this chick when I was in high school. I didn't listen to Southern music until I got. No, that's a lie. Until I got into eighth grade. I let one of my dad's students borrow my CD player, and he left a mix of. He left a random mix in my CD player, and it had Pastor Troy on it, vice versa, and Old Father and some other stuff, and it has some crunk stuff on there, some more crunk stuff on there, and I listened to it, and Pastor Troy was the first rapper that made me respect Southern rap at all, at all. So that's why this is so important to me, because I didn't even think that just because I was so close minded. Yeah, I had been to Atlanta a couple times before, but I didn't know that even back then. I didn't know Outkast was from Atlanta. I didn't know that was all that was lyrical back then. Outkast, Pastor Troy, and Ti didn't become lyrical until like after I left high school. He was spitting some real hip hop stuff, but as far as his Nas, Wu Tang, Mob Deep, that type of flow. He didn't have that when I was growing up. So it was a whole different like I like this music, but it's not what I'm used to. And this is before I'm not gonna say it's before the internet. I was 10 in 2000, so yeah, it's 2001. So I was born in 91. So it's not like the internet didn't exist. All I had was CDs and even cassette tapes when my battery would die. Whatever would happen. And I wasn't listening to the radio. I wasn't listening to dance songs. I wasn't listening to. See, the thing about it, when I was growing up, bro, there was only two genres. It was hip hop and it was R&B, and that's it. I mean, there was other stuff, but I wasn't. At the time, I would rather listen to pop than to listen to some bling bling every time I come around my city. I listen to, you know what? That's a lie. The other, what was it? That Juvenile song? Like, I got that fire. I got that fire, girl. Holla at the water if you want to ask a Maya. That's the only rap song I liked until I actually moved to the South. That fire. Everything else, I hate it. I just listen to Usher, Mary J, Sade, whatever my mom listened to, bro. Stevie Wonder, whoever. That's all I would listen to. And if I wasn't listening to that, I was sneaking into her CD stuff and playing DMX and KRS-One and Q-Tip and Common and LL Cool J. And she bought me some Will Smith albums, which made me want to start rapping because I thought he was so garbage. I just used the end, the instrumentals at the end. I would just write over those. Missy, whatever my mom would listen to that was decent or that was rap. This is when Ludacris released his first album, though. I don't remember what the cover looked like. I just remember the uh, the CD was all black. But at the end of the day, I didn't even listen to that until we moved. That didn't even come out until what, 2002. 2000, after we moved to Atlanta, after I heard Pastor Troy. So you have to understand there is a significant difference between hip hop and rap. Yes, Lil Yachty is not a hip hop artist. Lil Nas X is not a hip hop artist. Soldier Boy, as much as I enjoy his music, it's a bird, it's a plane. Oh my God. Wait, whatever the red bottoms when I'm walking, everything that he did for rap, he's not a hip hop artist. Nipsey Hussle is a hip hop artist. Okay, XXX is just an artist. He's just a musician. He's not a hip hop art. I wouldn't even. He's an artist. When people ask me, so what are you writing? I'm like, rhymes. I don't even say rap. People say rap. I'm writing rhyme. Oh, are you a rapper? No, I'm an artist. Don't confuse. I can write rap. I can write art. I can write R&B. I can write country. I can write rock. I can write. I'm an artist. I'm not a painter. I know painters that can't draw. They can only paint. I know people that can draw that can't paint. I know tattoo artists that can only sketch. They can't draw. I know people who want to be tattoo artists or are tattoo artists that are taking art classes because they can't draw. They can't put something on paper that comes from their mind. It's different, but this is art, bro. Rap is an art. Hip hop's an art. They're two different arts. They're two different. One is a culture. They're two sides of the same coin, bro. One is total anarchy and chaos. The other one, there is an actual structure, order, organization, code, society behind it. Certain things are just not allowed. Certain things are just not going to be respected. Certain things are just not going to be, you know what? Yes. Come and come and do. You can be a hip hop artist. There's never going to be a specific artist that is going to be so important to the culture that they can just do whatever they want. That's what it's exactly not about. It's about the structure. It's about being able to fit in with what we're talking about. And if you're not in there, you're on the other, you're a rapper. You can have face tats, dreads, color hair, wear tight pants. You can, but you still have to have, you have to fit the criteria. You have to fit the criteria. Wayne, that's why a lot of people that I don't listen to right now is because they 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 switched sides. Wayne used to be a hip hop artist. I don't listen to Wayne now because of how he transitioned. Because of I grew up on Carter 1, Carter 2, dedication, political, listen to Wayne, Georgia Bush. I grew up on that. The motivation with the bars. Then he made Lollipop and No Ceilings. Broke my heart, bro. I didn't even listen to the whole No Ceilings. That broke my heart. I never listened. The last Lil Wayne I listened to was No Ceilings. I listened to it twice. I listened to like pieces of it by myself, and then I listened to it with my cousin, and I was like crying on the inside, bro, because I knew it was over. It was over. But certain lines, you for me, you can't cross certain lines and come back. You can say, you know what, I rebuke the spirit of rap, and I want to be a hip hop artist. Soldier tried to do it. He didn't want to do it. He said the Soldier Boy said, the process was too long. Hip hop didn't excite him, and he didn't like performing hip hop songs, so he wanted to stick to being a rapper. He tried to be lyrical. And I listened to it and I was like, all right, if you would have did this for 10 more years, you would have been fired. But it is what it is, bro. You can be a hip hop artist and sing. You can be a hip hop artist and be good at rapping and good at making rap songs. But there are a lot of things that you can't do. A lot of things that you can't do that the purists will not allow. And certain things that are blatantly shunned for a reason. We want these things to stay how they are, where they are. I saw a meme the other day, and this is where I'm going to close it. I saw a meme the other day that said 30 years from now, Tupac is going to be 4 or 5 shades lighter than he actually was. Facts. If we don't protect this one thing, we already gave you guys rock, we already gave you guys R&B, we already gave you guys pop, we gave you a lot of genres to work with. You don't have to do what you're trying to do to hip hop. And if you want to, don't call it hip hop, it's its own genre. Just call it rap. Just like how they have black slash African American, there needs to be is this they need to put that in two different bubbles. Hip hop and rap is not the same thing. It's not the same thing. That would be like calling reggae and reggae and reggaeton the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's two different cultures, bro. It comes from a similar region. It's two different cultures, bro. It's two different cultures. That would be like calling country and rock the same thing. There's different subject matter. There's a lot of the times different instruments used in different ways. There's different images being portrayed. There's different messages. It's different. It's different. If you don't want me to consider if you don't want me to consider Luke Bryan a rock singer, a metal, we'll just even go that extreme. If you don't want me to put Luke Bryan in the same bubble as Black Sabbath, then don't put hip hop and rap in the same bubble, bro. That's unfair. For you to say Lil Yachty, hip hop artist Lil Yachty is not a hip hop artist, bro. That's goofy. That's dumb. Now Kendrick Lamar, I've never listened to Kendrick Lamar in my life. You can consider Kendrick Lamar a rapper because I assume that he doesn't just make hip hop. I assume he also makes rap music. That one song he made, the brr, 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 I never heard that song before. I would assume that you could probably consider that rap because of, I don't know, I shouldn't even use him for an example. You could probably consider like, I don't listen to Drake either. You could probably consider you can consider I don't really listen to these people like that. You can consider somebody who is a relevant hip hop artist that has bars. I don't even want to speak on that word. Bars, dang, bro. What did they do to my culture? Bars should never even been used in the rap scene because rappers don't have bars. Rappers don't have bars. They say things that sound good, but they're not bars. Like some type of way, somebody was like, he had them bars in some type of way. Rich homie Quan, no. Some type of way has no bars. A bar is illmatic. I rap for listeners, blunt heads, fat ladies in prisoners, Hennessy holders, and no school niggas, and I be dissing the unofficial, that whole uli. That is bars, bro. That's bars. That's bars. Not, I'm riding around in the foreign with a foreign. I kicked her out, she don't talk, she born. That's not bars, bro. That is not bars. That's not bars. Bars is something that makes you think, feel, and express at the same time. That is what a bar is. Something that makes you think, aka meditate, feel, and emote and express all of that at the same time. Bars is something that stimulates your left brain and your right brain. It makes you express it automatically without your own permission. Something intellectual. It could be simple, it could be complex, but it stimulates both sides of the brain. Riding around in a foreign with a foreign, I kicked her out because she's boring, is not a bar. That's not bars at all. At all. Lil Pump doesn't have bars. He sold or his grandma's still selling crack. That's not bars. It's not bars. We can use YG. YG has bars. Dennis B got bass. Everything that's bad for me right here in my face. I've been on the 4 block. I've been on the 8. Gun up on my waist like I'm trying to catch a case. He has bars. That's probably not the best example, but YG has bars though. So, anyways, bro, this has gone on for much too long. I could talk about this subject for at least another hour and a day, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I think you got the picture, and if you don't, then that's up to you, bro. But Lord Jamar, Lil Yachty, and and Biggie Smalls are definitely two different types of artists. Biggie's hip hop. Lil Yachty's a rapper. He is in the rap genre. Okay. Spice One is a hip hop artist, and Quavo Quavo makes some hip hop, and Soldier Boy, two different characters, two different genres. That's it. They're not the same. They are not the same. One is not like the other in a lot of the ways at all. Lil Nas X, rapper. Okay? Aaron Moses, hip hop artist. Two different things, bruh. That's it, man. Life is in the breath. If you want to show somebody some charity and give them clarity, make sure that you share this video. Make sure that you tag DJ Vlad so we can get on some DJ Vlad wavelengths and discuss this a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. What's real in hip hop? Peace.